Hey guys, I'm Ashley Conrad. Welcome to The Gist. So first up, I want to share with you a new generation of LGBT role models. Now, how many of you growing up struggled to find any LGBT individuals who look like you or who you could relate to? Anyway, well, I have a list. First up, we have Laverne Cox. Now, she originated the Trans is Beautiful movement to encourage self-love in the trans community. She's also a very talented singer and actress. Her songs Welcome Home and Beat for the Gods, they have got me through these dark, miserable days we've been going through. I love you, sis. Next, we have McKesson. Now, he makes himself visible and vulnerable. He's fighting injustice and he's doing it as a proud gay man. I love him already. He proves that when acceptance outweighs bigotry, everything is possible. Now, seeing a black gay man out there making a difference is inspiring, and it shows you, it shows me, it shows all of us that we can do the same. Finally, we have Chardine Taylor Stone. She spoke out about a blackface drag character, Marsha Johnson, in 2015. As a result, Chardine was subjected to death threats and racial abuse. Since 2015 though, Chardine has inspired many who felt invisible and unrepresented to speak out. Her aim is to make LGBT spaces respectable and accessible and welcoming to all with the Stop Rainbow Racism campaign. A trans sister named Ayana Dior recently went viral because she was attacked by a group of people in Minnesota, the same town George Floyd was murdered in by police. So the video, which is still widely available on YouTube, shows, and I quote, a mob of mainly men attacking her. Now, the incident was allegedly sparked by a minor car accident moments before. Now, in a separate video shared to Facebook, Iyanna has reassured fans and me that she was recovering following the incident. Now, the incident left her with bruising, swelling, as well as minor injuries to her forehead and teeth. Now, worldwide, people are protesting and fighting black lives and equality and violence against blacks. I hope you're paying attention. We're fighting for this. Black lives and black trans lives, this is still a wrong weapon to this woman. This is your sister. This black life still matters. Do not film yourself siding with the structures that seek to harm us. It's counterproductive. Most of the people attacking Ayana in this video were black. So it's come to my attention, Netflix is running a program called The Life and Death of Marsha P Johnson. So the tea here is a director allegedly stole the basis of this documentary from a transgender activist and filmmaker named Reina Gossett. Now, I believe she is a black transgender woman. You just really couldn't make this mess up. Isn't there a phrase called loving the culture and the work but hating the people? Now, from what I read, the director shut down Regina's idea after he got the idea from a grant application film Regina made. He allegedly used her language and research about Star. Now, you can support Regina's work by going to happybirthdaymarsha.com and leaving a donation. Hello South Africa, how are you doing? How are things? I haven't been, but I have been speaking to people about you. And I've been reading that South Africa's LGBT community continues to face extreme discrimination and inadequate healthcare. So I've read really recently that people have been physically assaulted by nurses, and then when they speak up against a nurse, doctors refuse to examine them. One individual who was stabbed by men who wanted to fix her so she'd become a real man reported the attack at her local police station, where she was ridiculed and mocked. And of course, there's always family rejection out there. When a person comes out, often it results in violence, abuse, and adverse health outcomes. It's not good. Now, I've purposely not included names and been sort of vague in details to protect the individuals who are sharing their stories. In South Africa, the LGBTI community is often reluctant to seek medical care because of discrimination or a lack of experience with LGBT health. The stigma results in increased HIV and TB transmission. That's not good. Now, two organizations who are helping are one, Beyond Zero. They are training healthcare workers and engaging with law enforcement and community members to provide an accepting environment for transgender people to seek treatment and support. The next one is Me First. That's literally written me and a 1 and ST. They are targeted at helping men who have sex with men because they are at risk of contracting HIV and AIDS. It provides access to information and free healthcare that is discreet, confidential, and free of discrimination. So LA Pride have announced Black Lives Matter protest march will replace their annual Pride Parade. So it's 50 years after their first Pride Parade, commemorating the Stonewall riots. Now the LGBT people will march down the same route to protest police brutality. Change is coming. So back in the UK, there is still quite a fight over conversion therapy. But firstly, let me share with you some of the lawful techniques they are using. So some of them advise patients from seeing female loved ones. So you're no longer allowed to see your female relatives, like your mum, your sister, your auntie. This is to help you get rid of effeminate behavior. Now this can actually go on for years. They also encourage bicycle exercise. So apparently this restores health and heterosexuality. I ride, but I have not rode a bike in years. Now, adverse conditioning, this is serious, where it's a painful or unpleasant sensations are introduced into a gay person, so they associate these sensations with homosexuality. So techniques used in adverse conditioning have included the use of nausea-inducing drugs while watching gay porn, the introduction or disgusting smells, so they'll pump disgusting smells into the room, or they make you describe sexual humiliation situations. Now, more, or should I say only 100,000 people have signed an online petition calling for conversion therapy to be ended. Bearing in mind, this therapy is solely aimed at changing a person's sexuality. This needs to be made illegal. Now, it will be considered for a debate in Parliament, having gained the required support. 2 years after the government pledged to ban the practice, the government said it will consider all options for ending the practice. Head over to change.org and sign that petition. Now, if you need some entertainment during these dark, depressing days, or some good music after watching this video, check out transentertainmentnetwork.com. They are an incredible Atlanta-based music management company, and they specialize in trans artists. Have a look, you will not regret it. And finally, I want to update you on our sister Munroe Bergdorf. So last week I told you how Munroe was beefing with L'Oreal over how they treated her a few years ago when she called out racism. She did it on a very public Facebook post. Well, I'm pleased to tell you Munroe has been offered a consultancy role to sit on L'Oreal's Diversity and Inclusion Advisory Board. You go, girl. Munroe said this was the perfect opportunity to practice what she preaches and sit at the table to be the representation we deserve as a community. This is progress, Munroe. This is what we love to see, what we love to report on. Now don't forget, we can also donate and show support to mermaids and UK Black Pride charities.